Howdy ho, you handsome hunk. Grab a snack and gain some chunk. If your day is great or really sunk, we hope to help you shake the funk. So if you're good to hear some junk, buckle up, it's the Junk Monk Podcast. Hello and welcome to the Junk Monk Podcast. I'm your host Kandyce Sloan, who you know from Instagram at Hardens and Hardhats.
And I'm Noah, your co-host you know from Right Now.
If this is your first time listening, let us fill you in. We are watching and reviewing every episode of the USA hit TV show Monk right here each week.
We're going to do so while eating a little junk, so me and Kandyce don't have junk food here.
I kind of do because I found...
You snuck some.
Well, I found these Oreos on your desk, and...
kind of sketch.
But remember, if you remember to our very first episode, I love stale Oreos.
Oh.
So this is an open bag of Oreos. Who knows how long they've been sitting here.
The return of stale Oreos.
But I did eat the one off the top, and it was muy delicioso.
Oh, gosh. No.
Also, you must know I've seen every episode of Monk. I'm a huge fan, started watching in about 2007, and for the most part watched it as it aired.
I've seen the pilot episode and those we've done on the show, and a few scattered here and there in different seasons.
So, if you're ready to start the show, Toby, take it away.
Here's what happened. Okay, this is Mr. Monk and the Class Reunion.
Season 5, Episode 6.
Here's what happened. In the opening scene, we see an elderly woman named Catherine Rutherford leaving her apartment down the stairwell when an unknown man approaches and asks her if she is in fact Nurse Rutherford from UC Berkeley. When she confirms, he pushes her down the stairs, killing her, and stages a broken beaded necklace behind to make it seem accidental. Stottlemyre suspects murder, adding up several clues, including a 25th reunion college pin. Meanwhile, Monk and Natalie are getting checked into the same reunion. Upon their arrival, they run into Trudy's freshman roommate, Diane Brooks. She has a husband, Kyle, who has been dying to meet Monk. But when they finally meet and he doesn't know that he's a detective, Adrian is suspicious right away. When it is discovered that Diane sent a funeral wreath to Rutherford, she was questioned and actually reveals that Rutherford has helped her through a rough patch in which she had actually tried to take her own life. Other things seem off about Kyle, like inviting someone named Trudy to hang out with them, playing flag football, and insisting they go to Rocco's, a restaurant that nobody likes. The final clue arises when Natalie notices she forgot to give Diane her earrings back, and Stottlemyre realizes the earrings are a part of the matching set that were on the crime scene with Rutherford. They all rush to save Diane, and Monk explains that Kyle wanted to kill his wife and had the perfect alibi. A suicide note written in her own handwriting from 25 years ago. But the problem was that some of the events were specific to the past, and Kyle spent the whole reunion recreating the events. The gang reaches the hotel just in time and stops him from throwing Diane over the balcony.
So that was Mr. Monk and the Class Reunion. So Noah, what did you like about this episode?
Oh, Monk's roommate was a neat freak back in college.
Oh gosh. So inappropriate.
I know.
Natalie knows exactly what a tie on the doorknob means. But Monk is like, oh yeah, that means you're reorganizing your closet. Don't come in. Yeah. My roommate reorganized his closet a lot. I called him and his girlfriend neat freaks. Neat freaks. I liked how Monk is so excited, right? We've seen this before, which it's short-lived, but then Natalie comes back and saves the day, per usual. Mm-hmm. I like, kind of a little Detective Natalie moment where she realizes, oh, can you give these keys to Captain Cool? And they're like, oh my gosh, Captain Cool? That's the freak that, used to defrost the freezer. She's like, oh, crap. Yeah. So she goes back in.
I like when Monk is like, oh my gosh. She's still there after all these years. And he's like, Natalie, put your hand on it. Do you feel anything? No, Mr. Monk, I don't feel anything. I'm going in. I'm going to need a spatula, a pan, and a Bible.
A Bible. That's so funny. I thought that was really cute. Natalie kind of indulges him in that moment because she's like, she puts her hand on it and she's like smiling. And like, I don't feel anything. That was really cute. Like, she didn't treat him like he was dumb. I like that. They think that the Olympic guy, that Nurse Rutherford had said that he did steroids. And so he couldn't participate in the Olympics. And they're like, 25 years? That's kind of a long time to hold a grudge. So they kind of pursue it a little bit. But then Randy has his list. And he's like, yeah, number 1, this. And number 2, he's dead. And then Stottlemeyer's like, wait, what? Go back to number 2? He's like, he's dead. He's like, all right, see, I would have stopped reading after number 2. And actually, I would have switched number 2 with number 1. And, I mean, that's just me. And he's like, oh, you would have switched him? And he's like, yeah, just me and every other adult on planet Earth. Just Randy's face. He's so salty in that moment. He's so salty.
I put for that motives with Randy. I like how Monk is good at football.
Yes.
I was like, no, because it makes sense. Like, he doesn't want anyone touching him, so he's like,
exactly. That's sick. Like a would you rather bowling with Monk or basketball? Except for replace it now, bowling or football. Because he's good at it.
He's good at football.
He's good at football and bowling. Bowling, he has to knock down 10 pins. Football, doesn't want to be touched.
Exactly.
What a baller.
I know.
Oh, now Natalie can throw.
Oh.
Did you notice that? Oh, mini plot hole.
No, that is a mini plot hole.
She can spiral throw this football across the field to Mr. Monk. But in the jury duty, she's like, oh, the wipes. And she throws on the wipes. She can't even get on the wipes. It's like 2 feet away. Natalie. Am I right, though?
You're so right. Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I thought that was... And just the whole football scene was really good, though. Give the ball to Mr. Monk. He hates being touched.
He hates being touched.
And then the whole slow-mo. Like... Dun, 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 and like
he's like... he's dodging everyone.
It's so good. Yeah, I love the football game. That's really cute. Stottlemeyer was at the anti-nuke rally. I died when I saw that. I did not remember that. Like, I kind of remembered that detail, but I didn't remember all those pictures that they showed behind him. And it was like flashing him. It's like an up close one. And then he's like, it's not what it looks like. You didn't get the whole picture. And then it flashes and he has a guy pinned up against the fence. And he's like, okay, their permit ended at noon. And then it shows another picture and it flashes where he has the clock tower behind him and the time on the clock is 12:05. And everyone's like, boo. And he's like I said, permits ended at noon. Oh my gosh, I can't with that. That is too funny. And then the guy earlier, he recognizes him. He's like, do I recognize you? He's like, oh yeah, the last time I was here I was at an anti-nuke rally. And he's like, yeah, that's probably it. Mm-hmm. Except for that guy was like a hippie.
Yeah.
But Stottlemeyer was the cop.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I thought that was like a nice little planted seed there, like a nice recall.
Yeah. I like how even though Monk doesn't really have many friends there, or he doesn't really have any friends, but that one girl who isn't like not popular, I guess, she kind of takes him under the wing because she did know him, and it's cool that she remembered him.
Yeah, I like Diane a lot, actually. I put that, it gave me like Little Monk vibes with the, was it Sheila, Shirley, Shannon, something? You remember who I'm talking about from Little Monk, where she comes back from the past and Monk liked her all along.
Oh, yeah,
and she doesn't get the hint. I just got those vibes just because, you know, it was a woman from his past. Except for I like this more because she was off limits.
Yeah. Right?
Because she was married, and then she kind of presumes that Monk and Natalie are together at first. But I like having the woman figure from his past that, like you said, takes him under her wing and wasn't friends with him, like you said. I mean, you know, adjacent friends. And hangs out with him. Yeah. So I actually I thought she was cool. Like, some people from the past, like we were talking about, why can't I remember her name?
Sheila?
That doesn't sound right.
It isn't. Sherry Judd.
Sherry. Oh.
Sherry. That's all I have.
Really? Okay, I actually have quite a bit more, I feel like.
Okay.
Just a little one. I liked that they were pretty adamant. Monk was adamant at the beginning that he definitely no, we're not dating. No,
not at all. No.
Okay,
no.
And then whenever somebody Diane presumes that they're dating in the cafeteria, Natalie's like, oh, no. And then Monk is like, no. And it didn't really bother Natalie.
Yeah.
I liked that. And this was like another episode. I was like, oh man, I wish Q could have seen this one.
Yeah.
Because, he hardcore ships them.
fanboyed.
I was thinking that I would have liked him to see, like, look how adamant they are that they're not together.
Yeah.
Like,
They're like okay with not being.
Yeah. But he probably would have been like, but they're just setting it up. It's the long game.
I know.
He is a hopeless romantic.
It's the long game.
Jeez. Monk and Trudy flashbacks. Those were so precious.
Actually, I don't know if I liked how Trudy looked. Because, like, I was like, oh my gosh, he looks exactly like Monk. And then I saw Trudy, and I was like...
That's weird, because when I saw Monk, I thought that he looked more like a young Ambrose than a young Adrian.
Yeah, well, yeah. But I looked better than Trudy. Trudy did not look like... Because Trudy's Jan, and Jan has, like, that weird face.
Yeah, but okay, I'll agree that the casting for Trudy was a little bit off because she doesn't really look like Jan. But also, to be fair, like, Jan is so, like, in our heads, too.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen Jan so many times that, you know what I mean? You get more
Jan.
used to that. So, anyway. But other than that, I thought that the flashbacks themselves were great. We got to see the first time that they met each other. Like, that's pretty huge. And he gets to use his cool superpower. Mm-hmm. And that's how because she doesn't give him her number. Mm-hmm. He steals it. And it's like, what a, like, smooth, Captain Cool way to get a girl. I thought that was really cute. And then at the end, we see the first time they say, I love you on that bench. Yeah. That was so sweet. That
was sweet, actually,
I think that gives it a lot of brownie points for me. Like I mentioned, Mr. Monk's weird, not very useful superpower. I thought that was really cool. Captain Cool. And then the last thing was just my overarching theme is this mystery was the bomb. I loved this mystery.
It made up for last episodes, which was...
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah. No, but this mystery with the whole suicide note thing, I thought that was cool. And how he was recreating it with the tangerine dog and the... Roscoe's or whatever, like, I thought that was really cool. And good job to Captain Stottlemyre again, double back-to-back episodes where he solves it. He's like, those are the earrings, they match. And in the first scene, he's like, this is a murder, lock it down. I love that. So I like the good job, Stotty. I
kind of picked up on that, like, It was one of those episodes where it was like a cool mystery, but they don't really let you in on it. So they give you like some information. They're like, okay, this guy's acting weird. You can tell that he's acting weird. Like, what's going on? And you're like, okay, he's up to something. But they don't give you all the clues, which I don't like episodes like that, where they're just like, oh, she also was feeling suicidal in college, and she wrote this suicide note, and I feel like they should have introduced that earlier, and maybe Monk, whenever he saw her, like, how are you feeling? How are you okay? You know, because, like, I don't like when they...
I didn't like when they showed us the guy.
I don't like when they show us the guy, but I also don't like when they keep away the one missing key, and they're like, oh, by the way, this is a thing that happened, and now we have all the keys to solving this murder.
Yeah, I can see that. All right, so then let's segue that into what you didn't like.
Oh, okay.
You said that.
So I have 3 sads on my list at multiple different times. Sad.
Okay.
But the intro, this one isn't anything to do with sadness, but the intro wasn't intriguing. Usually the intro grabs me or is something funny. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And it was just boring.
I can see that because I actually was thinking, I think this is going to be a good one. And then the opening, I was like, I hope this is a good one. Yeah. I thought this was a good one. I get what you're saying.
It was kind of boring, and it usually either, like, punches you in the face with action or like, makes you laugh super hard.
Yeah, or something. Yeah. Another time, Monk can't fit in. Mm-hmm. That's sad. Obviously, he's walking around all sad. But those people were so awkward. Like, I feel like if you don't remember someone, like, just be nice and polite to them. Yeah. Don't stare at them.
Yeah, like, I don't know who you are.
Okay. Like, they were kind of nice and cordial, like, okay, and then he just was kind of standing there. Like, that's when you open this friend group, like, you open the circle, right?
Yeah.
You let somebody step in, and then you start talking, and you can just keep your conversation going. And if they have nothing to contribute or to keep up with, then that's their fault for just standing there and not saying or doing anything.
But if you're just keeping them from joining and having fun,
they were, you know what I mean? Like their body language, they were all turned looking all at him. All right, well,
like go
see
away,
you later.
Bro.
Yeah, that's not good. Like social etiquette. I don't think.
I don't like how they call him Captain Cool and how they still teased him to this day, and where he's trying to fix it. And yeah.
I didn't like that, like the sad stuff, right? But I also wrote down I didn't like that he wouldn't take the pity seat when Diane offered to save them a seat, and Natalie's like, "Oh look, they saved us a seat." Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Yeah, but it's a pity seat." And she's like, "Okay, but it's still a seat." And I'm like, really? You spent the whole time? I feel like that's one of those things where they kind of go back and forth of like, is Monk smart? Is he not smart? Is he socially apt or is he not?
Yeah, he understands that it's a pity seat, so like...
But he didn't understand the whole time that he was just the guy with Trudy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, he didn't get it, but then, he gets it. It's just a pity seat. And you're like... Yeah, but 2 seconds ago, when you didn't understand, like, everybody was calling you Captain Cool and everything. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I don't like the inconsistency as just an overarching part of that, but just that in particular moment either that we thought Diane was cool.
Yeah.
Like, why didn't you just take the seat?
I don't like the Icebox scene whenever, like, he's on the phone with whoever he was going to run away with after he killed his wife.
Oh, yeah.
He was like in the ice room. I don't know, what are those called? They're in every hotel.
Yeah, they're like, there's not like, it literally says like ice.
Yeah.
On the thing.
Yeah.
Like it's like either like a vending machine next to an ice machine or it just says ice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like in Braille.
But I don't like when they spell it out for us.
Yeah, no.
It could have just been better if it was
I will kill her and then we will be together forever.
I know.
Yeah, no. My last thing is trick-or-treating all over again.
They don't let Randy play football. Oh my god. What the heck? Yeah, come on, Captain.
Come on, Captain. I'm gonna go solve this little thing we call a homicide.
No.
I'm like, that was my last thing.
Yeah, okay. He's the guy. Per usual. I have no one because I am 12 years old. Kandyce, hit it.
Okay. Okay, so I have one person for He's the Guy, and then I have a couple of other, like, He's the Guy updates I wrote down. So, okay, let me just start with my one person. Todd is one of the guests at the reunion, right? One of the classmates, and he's the African-American gentleman. His name is Reginald Vell Johnson, and I know a lot of people are going to recognize him. He was in Die Hard 1 and Die Hard 2, but I recognized him from, he's the dad on Family Matters, which is a 90s sitcom that, like 80s, 90s sitcom that was on around the same time as like Full House, Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, kind of sort of. Do you know what Family Matters is?
Nope. I know what Full House and Fresh Prince are.
Do you know who Steve Urkel is?
I do.
That's the show he's on, Family Matters. That's so all the Urkel references that you've ever heard, that's the show.
I don't get them, but I just know who, like I've heard his name.
Yeah, and Steve Urkel is like their, I think it's their neighbor. Because I think he likes one of the girls that lives there. I don't think it's his cousin, but he's the dad of that family. And I think, if I remember correctly, he's a police officer.
Oh.
So, yeah. So that's my only relevant one from this episode. But I did have some He's the Guy updates, like I said. So, the latest show I have been binge watching is Everwood. And if you know what that is, props to you. I have been watching it on IMDb TV. Because it's free. They have like just a few ads, but it's free. And so anyway, I have been watching Everwood, which is a WB show that came on around the same time, I want to say, as like Seventh Heaven, Gilmore Girls, One Tree Hill, that kind of thing. But I never watched it. I always just saw the commercials for it. But now I'm binging it and I'm almost done with it. But I've saw 2 people from Monk on there so far. One is Jimmy Wagner. So he was on there. He played one of the kids. He was on a few episodes actually, like with a lot of lines. He has like a big scene where he gets mad at his mom and all this stuff. So I thought that was cool. And then also, is it Chilton? Chilton from Mr. Monk Goes to the Office. where he's the guy that...
What?
He's the guy, that's rude to Monk and takes the money, and he's like, oh, Chilton is turning 50 years old or whatever, and we're collecting money for his birthday. And he's like, okay, and then he sticks the money in his back pocket, and he's like, oh, you're Chilton. And he's like, yeah, so. Okay, so that's him. And I saw him on Everwood also, and he was a basketball coach.
Wow, that's different.
Yeah, really different. He's still short and bald and was a basketball coach. And he's like, you need to get your head, and get up and play better and all this. And I was like, whoa, totally different guy.
Okay, Chilton.
Yeah, I thought that was random.
That is interesting.
And
wow.
I feel like I like that. I feel like I like that part of this segment.
Yeah.
So if I see any more Monk people, I will let you know.
From Everwood.
Random show, right?
Yeah.
I mean, from anything, but
yeah.
Right now I'm on Everwood.
Okay.
And the middle, so.
Yeah. Junk time! Welcome back to mine and yours favorite part of the episode. Candice, what do you have for us today?
Okay, I have 2 questions, kind of different from each other.
Okay.
But I know, obviously, you haven't had a class reunion.
Of course.
Right? But this is actually my 10-year reunion for my high school class.
Really?
The class of 2010, yes. Unfortunately, due to the times, that won't be happening.
No, really?
Yeah. So, what... this is kind of maybe a loaded question, but if you were going back to your 10-year high school reunion, what do you feel like you'd be like doing, or what do you think your friends would remember you like? Oh, he was Captain Cool. Oh, that's the guy that whatever.
Oh gosh. Well, I'm not even in high school yet, so that's a loaded question.
Yeah.
What would I want to be known for, or would I probably...
I guess maybe at this point, what do you think that people would be like, oh, Noah, he was the kid that...
See, I don't want to be, entitled and be like, I was the coolest and the best person ever. But some people have been like, Noah, you're the most popular kid by far. I'm like,
oh, fancy.
Now some of those kids have left the school, but still...
Because they were...
some of them...
Because they were super bullied and...
they were
by some random kid who maybe was the most popular kid in school.
They were
who told them, you better call me popular or else.
They were seen with me and immediately ran out of the school because of... So I don't want to be like... Oh, I would be the coolest for sure, but
maybe everyone wouldn't say that about you, but it would just be like, you wouldn't be the person that was with somebody, like how Monk wasn't remembered. Like you'd be like, I was pretty popular. Like I'd have a lot of friends there.
Yeah, because I do have a lot of friends. It's not like I'm being bullied or like
I hate school.
Which
is good.
I have any enemies or anything. So.
Yeah, I, on the other hand, I would say maybe I was popular just because people who were athletes at my school were popular, and I played most of the sports, but my best friend was the person that was like the prom queen, the homecoming queen, and all that. So I was like popular adjacent, I'm like...
Yeah, you're friends with the popular one.
Yeah, and my boyfriend was the, super smart, good athlete, and so my best friend and my boyfriend kind of just popped my social status up a little bit. I was like, hey. So see, I felt for Monk in the sense of oh, I'm the guy that's with Trudy, but I actually liked that. Hey, I'm the girl that's with them. That's me. I could totally I like it. I will take it. I will take that pity seat too. Not that I never needed a pity seat. We had a really awesome group of friends and stuff. And my school was also really small, so it's not it wasn't like a college, size reunion or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So moving on. Other question: what superpower would you have that, quote Natalie, is a weird, not very useful superpower?
See, I don't really know the qualifications for such a
So, like, not invisibility, not I can fly, not I have super strength.
Yeah.
Like, just something that, and it doesn't, not set in stone. It maybe just something funny you could think of.
Super neat handwriting. I know that's lame, but I get torn up by people who read my handwriting. They're like, "Are you?"
I can't read anything that you have written down on that paper.
If you posted this on Instagram, everyone would be like,
"Oh yeah, he's 12."
Yeah.
Did you say your ghost was 12 or
3000 BC, like hieroglyphics? Or...
Yeah, it does. It looks kind of like drawings instead of letters.
There is some drawings.
There are drawings.
There are drawings.
And they're really good drawings, and I can tell exactly what they are, but the handwriting, not so much.
So, yeah. Neat handwriting, because...
Superpower. And actually, I wouldn't mind that. I'm actually into woodworking, and that's one thing that I can't do. Like, I actually have neat handwriting, but I wish I could do, like, calligraphy.
Oh,
like, really cool, like, I could write people's, like, wedding cards
like
and stuff
talent,
like that. But, like, more importantly for myself, I could do, like, signs and stuff and just write, cool stuff for people. Let's see, a crazy superpower. I don't know. I always just have... I know people want to, like, obviously, know the future or, like, know the answer to all life's questions. But I always have super random questions in my head. And I'm like...
Dude, I often, like, day to day, I'm like, how many times have I said the word yes? What's the most said word I've ever said?
And I'm just like, if I had a genie right now that just, like, offered me these 3 random, like, facts... And I could just know it, like, that's what I want to know. Like, this is super random, but, like, I like to watch, like, 2020 and Dateline and stuff. And I'm like, oh, that guy totally murdered his wife. He totally did it. I'm like, okay, God, if I could just know right now in my head, for sure, if that guy murdered his wife, I would be eternally grateful.
That is so messed up.
And, like, I'm just saying that's just, like, an example of something, or just stupid stuff like you're saying, like, I wonder how hot that is. Like, I just want to know right now. I just want to automatically know when I look at that, like, how hot is that? I just want to know, like, completely, like, nothing of importance, because that's obviously, like, I want to be God and know everything. Yeah. But you know what I mean? Like,
how many times have I jumped?
Nothing of importance. I just want to know all the random facts.
Yeah.
Like, be like a Rain Man with all the, like, random facts.
Yeah.
It's just random stuff. Just random. I would be random.
You could ask anyone in my family. I'm just sometimes like, but what if?
Yeah. All right.
Thank you, Natalie, for the interesting discussion. Plot holes.
Okay, so first one, open-ended question, I guess, here. Are there college reunions? Are there? I don't know.
Maybe, because isn't Berkeley like a really fancy school?
I don't know. I feel like it's a really smarticle school.
Fully accredited, I heard.
It's a good school.
Check out Mr. Monk and the Other Detective if you want to get that joke.
Yeah, for sure.
Inside joke.
So yeah, I know there's high school reunions, obviously. There's like 10-year, 25-year, whatever. But college reunions? Like, I think my school is like, my college alma mater is super huge. If I went back, I would know me, my husband, my roommate, my other roommate.
And then...
That is all. Oh, I did have a friend that went to high school with me who also went to that college. But again, so it's like, I feel like all of the friends that I made were older than me. And not to be like, I have older friends. But I really like... I didn't make friends with, like, younger people. I made friends, like, whenever we did intramural sports and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. They were the RAs. So I would know no one. Yeah. There would be no, oh, you were Captain Cool. Heck no.
Yeah, that's a high school thing.
Happen.
That's a high school thing. Yeah.
Please correct me if I'm wrong, because neither of us have had, a reunion.
Yeah.
So
we just looked up if college reunions were a thing, and it turns out they are.
Yeah, but it seems like they want your money.
Yeah, they're just for alumni to come back and donate and pay.
And I can attest to them calling you and hassling you for money.
Yeah.
I have not obliged to give them money before. Not about that.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any plot holes?
I do. One plotty hole coming up. Why would the murderer throw the beads on the ground when tons of people just slip and fall?
Yeah, she was old.
She could have just fell.
Like, legit fell. Yeah.
She didn't need a reason with necklaces and beads, which is the ultimate demise of the murderer.
Yeah. They always add just that extra thing that makes them give it away. Yeah. Easy to catch. Yeah. Yeah. That's true. Okay, so nobody knows who Monk is. Mm-hmm. Right? Except everyone knows he's Captain Cool.
Well, yeah, because your nickname kind of sticks with you.
Right, no, but nobody knew who he was. Oh, I was married to Trudy, or I was dating Trudy Ellison. Oh, Trudy, oh my gosh. Then you ask another half of the people, and they're like, it's Captain Cool. So you recognize me, or you don't recognize me?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that, yeah.
Like, you can't have it both ways. Either nobody knew who he was, or everyone knows him as a dork.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Sure. Your turn?
Sure. So, who was putting up those photos of Stottlemyre?
Oh.
It was a slideshow.
That was kind of rude.
It was a slideshow, for one.
Yeah, so they couldn't have just
picked up, like, random pictures.
Wait, it might have been, like, a little, like, photo thing where you put the photo under the projector and then it, like, projects it. Did you have those in school?
Definitely wasn't one of those. That would be crazy. It was definitely a slideshow.
And they found an old picture of him. And
it was definitely a slideshow. So the first one, I was like, okay, but that's just a picture of Stottlemyre, and he didn't graduate. Why on earth would that picture be up there? And I was like, well, maybe it would, signify like, oh, remember when we had like a riot? Like, oh, we were part of the riots. That's cool. But then they show another picture of Stottlemyre putting a guy against the wall. And then they show another picture of Stottlemyre holding a guy down. And then show another picture of Stottlemyre with the clock tower behind him. And I'm like, what weirdo is putting these pictures of Stottlemyre up? And what are the chances that they recognized him? I guess if they were in charge of the slideshow, they would have recognized him from those pictures. Mm-hmm. But still, like, let me just pop. Like, what are the chances? That's very convenient.
That's true.
And who puts up 4 pictures behind someone?
And
not necessary.
And shouldn't they have just stopped it? He was like, stop the music. He was like, the slideshow.
So the slideshow was just showing behind his head. I thought that was weird too.
And also, someone got 4 great pictures of Stottlemyre.
Yeah, they were just like, snap.
Yeah.
Snap.
Guys being choked in front of me. Snap.
Yeah.
Held against fence. Snap.
Yeah.
Why did the guy want to kill his wife when he could have just divorced her? Why didn't he kill his wife when he could have just divorced her? I'm walking here. He could have just divorced her. No, but seriously, why? He had to kill his wife for some reason. And then also, he says in the Icebox scene that I mentioned earlier, we're going to be together and have tons of money. When that's just the thing that they never, where would they get the money
Where's this money coming from?
Like,
what?
The wife, apparently in his story, the wife would kill herself, right? And then he would get money for that.
You actually don't get money.
Yeah.
If for insurance reasons, like insurance claims, they don't pay out for suicide. Mm-hmm. Because then people would just kill themselves so their family would be taken care of. Yeah. They don't pay out, I'm pretty sure. So, that's a good one. That's actually a really good one. Yeah. My last one is Natalie at the beginning. They're walking up to the check-in, and she's like, oh, Mr. Monk, did you register? And he's like, yeah, 6 months ago. Right? Remember this?
Oh, yeah.
6 months ago. Okay. And then whenever Monk is doing his superpowers, and he's like, torching or whatever, she knows all the ins and outs of the registration papers. And she's like, oh, the hotel's at the bottom. No, that's the meal. That's chicken or fish. Like, go further down. How would she know that? She didn't fill it out. Monk filled it out 6 months ago. And how would Monk not remember? Because he doesn't forget anything. So why didn't he just...
You've been plot holed.
I have. Yeah. You have been plot holed. That's pretty good.
Thanks, Toby, for that assist right there.
Okay. I think I'm done. Are you done?
I am also done, yeah.
Okay, cool.
How crazy was Monk this episode? So Kandyce told me that I wasn't allowed to say how cray was Monk this episode, and I did anyways.
Okay. Plus crazy moments.
I forgot about it.
Ooh, and stole.
You took it.
Stole that base. Okay, so out of 10, what, Noah?
Out of 10, obviously 25th anniversary pins.
Oh, nice. I put Out of 10 Captain Cool spatulas.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Or this was my runner-up. Out of 10 lonely hot dogs.
That's a good one. Both of those are really good.
I like that one. So yeah, I'm gonna stick with Captain Cool spatulas because it's funny.
So what were some of your crazy moments?
Here, let's do your crazy moments first, and then that way, because I always snatch all of yours.
I have 3. So Monk can read what people wrote on his back. That's pretty interesting. And then also Monk says no way too many times whenever she brings up dating after Trudy's death. And he's like, oh, no.
Oh, you know what?
No.
I didn't put on mine.
No.
Is whenever he tells the guy, the Family Matters guy, like, oh, my wife died too. He's like, yeah, but you just got to move on.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, well, no, you don't have to move on. You couldn't just be lonely every day and every night and never get over it. He's like, all right, so I'm going to go meet my family over there. Yeah, that's another crazy moment.
Monk's name is Captain Cool because he used to clean out fridges.
To defrost the fridge.
That I've never even... Oof, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I put his Captain Cool pose. Yeah, he's got his chest puffed out and his leg, his knee bent in the front and stuck out in the back. And he's like, a superhero pose, I guess, is what he's going for because he's Captain Cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you have any more?
That is it.
You said one already about the tie.
Oh, yeah. Mug's roommate was a neat freak and would always do the rearranging of closets.
He's weed eating at the reunion. He's picking the plants, which we do know that's Trudy's bench was there. So. He has lonely hot dog nightmares. He won't pick up the football. And he did all of his crying the night before.
That's a good one. Natalie, don't worry. I'll be okay. I did all my crying last night, so that way I won't cry this morning.
So that was my last one. So out of 10...
25th anniversary pins, and out of 10...
Captain Cool spatulas.
I would rate Monk a 5 out of 10.
I would also rate Monk 5 out of 10.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
So, definitely when you go back to the past, right, you can see all the things kind of like, again, little Monk vibes where we get the flashbacks of like, wow, he was really weird. But actually I don't think he was as weird as he was in that episode. You know?
Yeah.
Like back then we got to see like why he's the way that he is. Like that he was Captain Cool. And I don't know, maybe being with Trudy made him a little less quirky. Like, you know, everybody just called him Captain Cool, but they didn't really have anything else more to say. You know, besides maybe he was clean or whatever. So, I don't know. I just didn't think he was that crazy.
Yeah. Rate this episode. Okay, Kandyce, how would you rate this episode?
Well, I actually like this one. I know I've mentioned before that I don't really like flashback episodes, which it really wasn't. It was only 2 scenes. But with that being said, I think that the flashbacks in this episode actually added brownie points for me. We got to see Monk say he loves Trudy for the first time, where they meet for the first time. So I feel like they weren't just like random callbacks. They were like very relevant, very integral to Monk's story callbacks. So I really like that. I also, again, really like Diane. I feel like she was a really nice, like sweet presence on the show, and you were kind of like rooting for her, right? Because her husband was trying to kill her, but it wasn't just some like annoying person. I feel like we really were supposed to like her, and we did. And then the mystery, man. The mystery for this one is one of my favorites. I love the suicide note thing with all the intricacies that this guy was trying to recreate. And yeah, it's definitely one of my favorite mysteries. So I went high on this one. I gave it a 10.925.
So 9.25. Wow, that's astonishingly large. I give it a 7 out of 10.
Okay. What did we give last week? So I rated way better than last week. But
I think I rated a 6 out of 10. I think we both rated a 6 out of 10.
I think
or you did a 6.5 and I did a 6.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I was thinking about it and I was like, what do I think about this episode? And then I thought back to the episodes. Started off strong with the actor, then the garbage strike, then the big game. And I gave all those episodes a 9. I don't know. I really, really enjoy this mystery, and I feel like that gives it... I feel like this was almost a classic Monk episode, with the exception of, again, him kind of delving into his past. I don't really think that speaks to, like, classic Monk, but I feel like we kind of got back into it with the really good mystery. Mm-hmm. It has a little comedy sprinkled out throughout, and then a great, great mystery that, like, only Monk could solve. Yeah. Putting all these pieces together. So I feel like just giving it big kudos for that. I really, really, I don't know. Just whenever I saw it coming up, I was like, ooh, I think this is a good one. And I realized, like, I enjoy watching this one more so than I have the other ones. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, that's why I gave it the highest rating yet this season. So
interesting.
It's gonna go up from here, I think. Yeah. It's gonna be good.
That's it. We forgot to mention this. We failed to mention this in the episode. But little Monk has an adorable little cowboy hat on.
He does.
Today. And...
Is that from Woody?
It is.
It looks like a Woody. It's a Woody cowboy hat from Toy Story. So, oh my gosh. That is crazy.
What?
Do you know the song, You Got a Friend in Me?
Oh, I just made the connection that you made. Which is the guy who sang that song sings the theme song for Monk.
Randy Newman. What? My mind is blown. We're going to have to post this on the socials because little Monk looks really cute.
You have to post this picture whenever this beautiful podcast comes out on Happy Monk Day that it lands on. Yeah. Go to our Instagram and you'll see how little Monk looks.
I need to take the picture.
We will see you next week.
I don't know what episode it is. Do you?
On the junk. Mr. Monk and the Shrink.
Dang it, you do know. I'm tired of this. Okay. I'm signing off.
Okay, wait, no, I want to sign off.
Okay. Signing off is just literally stop talking, so.
No, okay. No, but like I have to go like, bye everyone.
Hey guys, thanks for listening to the Junk Monk Podcast. We'd love to hear from you, so please give us a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, follow us at Junk Monk Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
If you want to know more about Kandyce, she's at Hardens and Hardhats on Instagram. And if you want to know more about me, Noah L., subscribe to my vlog, Noah Hernandez, on YouTube. Also, you can leave us a voicemail at 323-366-0477 with your questions, comments, or just to show us some love.
Don't forget to catch up on Monk with Amazon Prime Video, and of course, subscribe to our show.
You'll thank me later.